What is up, guys? Eric here from Real Film Reviews, bringing you another movie review, this time for the new Channing Tatum film, Smallfoot. Smallfoot is directed by Larry Kirkpatrick and Jason Reising, stars Channing Tatum, Zendaya, and Common. The film is about the idea of if Yetis or abominable snowmen or Bigfoot or whatever word you want to put on them actually existed in the height and like the really high levels of the Himalayan mountains. And if one day one of them ran into a human, one of us, and then went and told the people about it, that Yeti being Channing Tatum then went and told them about the Smallfoot, which is what they called them. And when they didn't believe him, he chose to go down and find one to bring it back as proof, and of course in doing that kind of attempted to change all of the beliefs of these Yetis. This is the latest animated film from Warner Brothers Animation, the people that have been making the Lego Movie animated films like Ninjago and Batman and the Lego Movie. And they continue to make really beautiful animated films. The animation in this movie is gorgeous, in all honesty. The amount of detail in all of the little things, whether it's the hair follicles on the Yetis, or the buildings, or the detail to the wilderness that is around them, it is all extremely well done. And it's just very, very pretty to look at. All of the voice performances in the film are pretty well done, I would say. I would give props to everyone that's in it. They all do a good job. This film is also a musical, though. There isn't a ton of musical numbers, but there's more than a handful. This movie does have a lot of music in it. And I think that Common specifically excels very well at the musical aspect of the film. And then I think that James Corden excels really, really well at just the voiceover performance in the movie. He plays sort of this failed nature enthusiast documentarian who sort of fell out of the limelight and is trying to get back in it by basically showcasing that Yetis actually exist. And I think James Corden has just a perfect voice for voiceover because he just sounds like a very lovable person, like in the inflection of his British accent, and I think listening to it in an animated film makes it so you're very able to become attached to that character in an easy manner. The story for the film is rather fun, even if it is pretty predictable. There's no real surprising twists or turns along the way, but it is a pretty interesting little story that they basically take what is a very simple premise and put a fun spin on it in making it Yetis and people, but the story itself is rather simple. There's nothing too in-depth about it. But along with that, the movie does have some solid comedy in it, and I think that that's something that's important because unlike most modern animated kids films that have a lot of like jokes for parents and adults, this movie decides to go more old school with its comedy, so it's a lot of really physical slapstick humor in the animation, and I think that it worked really well. Now, as I said, this movie is also a musical, but I have to say that I think the music is one of the weakest aspects of this film. I honestly think this could have not been a musical, and it arguably would have been a better film because a lot of the music in this movie is extremely forgettable. Like, I saw this movie not even 2 days ago, and I remember kind of 2 songs. That's it. I remember that other songs were there, but I couldn't even tell you any of the lyrics in them. I remember 2 songs, sort of, and I think that that goes to show kind of what I think is the big issue with this film, and it's a pretty forgettable movie. There's nothing about it that's extraordinary or exceptionally well done. It's just perfectly average, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you have kids and you want to take them to go see a movie, they'll have fun at Smallfoot, and me, as a 23-year-old, I did laugh at some of the jokes, even if there were a lot of other jokes that missed their mark because they're intended for a younger audience. But I just think that this movie is unextraordinary. Once you see it, that's it. I doubt there will be very many kids who are like, "Oh man, I love Smallfoot, like that was the greatest animated movie ever." I think that this is one that is created, it will make a lot of money because it's the only film really available in theaters right now for kids, and then it'll go away and most people probably won't really remember it that well. I'm gonna give Smallfoot a C. Like I said, if you have kids and you want to take them to go see a movie, I think that they will have fun with this, and you know, as a parent, you'll probably get a few laughs as well. But overall, this isn't one that I feel like most kids are going to be asking for to have at home at Christmas this year. It's just a rather average kids film. Well guys, as always, I'm Eric. If you enjoyed this video, please do like, subscribe, comment down below what you thought of Smallfoot, share everything we do here on Real Film Reviews, and I hope to see you guys later.